Hey, what's going on, family? Man, I tell you, technology is an animal. I'm saying trying to figure out how to go live on the computer, and it's taking me to a whole nother level. I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, what's going on for real? So let me work with this a little bit. So I'm actually, family, I'm trying to go live on my computer. And I end up having to go live just from my phone, which is kind of weird. Why would we do that? But I'll tell you what, I'm not willing to give up. Let me try it again and see what it would do. It's still trying to figure out waiting to go live. I don't know what that means on the computer side. Well, anyway, I don't know what this thing is doing, so I'm just doing it from my phone, family. What's up? What's going on? GG. What's going on, sis? Renee Johnson, how are you? How are you? Who is that? Holly and Matthew King. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys, man. As always, it's a lot of love. These are my classmates, man. I tell you, it's been a long time. And not only that, I think that we are just kind of gaining some age, man. Gaining some age. I don't know what's going on, but I love it. I love it. I enjoy it. I love it. And like I say, you have to forgive me for my technical difficulties I'm having to go through my phone instead of my computer, so I don't quite understand that. But hey, we'll get it going. We'll figure it out, man. We will figure it out. I'm gonna let just a few more people chime in and come through and see what we can prayerfully pull off a really good show. I have not. Let me see. Much love, much love, much love to you too. Speak for yourself. I will for right now. I will for right now. Prayerfully we'll get a lunch in and we'll see what happens. We'll let you speak too. But I enjoy gaining some age though. I think it's a blessing. I think it's love. I think it's peaceful. I don't count it. I count it all joy. I do not take it for granted one bit. So all you family that is joining me, Derek Bass, good to see you, my brother. Man, I'm so proud of you, man. You're staying strong. You're staying mighty in God, and I just enjoy seeing you still making positive posts, man. Trying to stay strong and trying to stay positive, brother. There's nothing wrong with that at all. What's going on, Miss Danae? I hope you've been catching my football camps with that little young man. Hope you've been watching. We had an awesome one yesterday. So I hope he's been watching you, and I hope he's been watching us rather, and getting into it on a good note. I hope he stays focused. You guys gonna have to forgive me, man. I tell you, I have a pinched nerve, and my shoulder is radiating down here, going all the way down. That bad boy is doing something serious. Hey, babe, good to see you on. So look, man, let's get into this, man. I don't want to sit here and keep you guys all night long. I want to welcome to the One Blood Movement of Unity Eye Opener Tuesday show. It is a tough show. It's a loving show, and what we do is talk about the elephant in the room. Normally, I have my co-host with me, Miss Addie Banks. Man, I love her. I call her Addie Truth because she is a history major in all history, and you talking about somebody that knows their ingredients of what they have discovered throughout their time of life. She is a woman of wisdom, and I just enjoy talking to her. I enjoy being around her. I enjoy being with her. I enjoy doing the shows with her. So I dearly miss her tonight, man. She had something else to take care of, so hopefully she'll be back within a week or two, and we'll be able to rock and roll again. I was saying that, man. Welcome. I applaud you so many for joining in and watching. What's up, dude? Good to see you, baby. Michelle, good to see you guys. This show here is designed to talk about the elephant in the room. What that means is we actually talk about situations that you talk about in the round table. That round table in your home, let me explain this one really well for you, because I do not want you to get upset. I do not want you to think that we are just tearing somebody down, because this platform is to build everyone up. Your opinion is your opinion. It's not mine, so I'm not going to get mad with it. I'm going to try to understand it. I will not get upset with what you have to say, because you're the one saying it. That's your thoughts. It's not my thoughts. It's just yours. So I want to understand you more than just be angry because of what you think. So the kitchen round table, the elephant in the room, those of you that have conversations around your round table, I look at it just like church. When we go to church, we're inside those four walls. So by being inside those four walls, we tend to not take out the education that we receive from the preacher. You know, it says faith comes by hearing. And we don't tend to take that hearing outside of the church. We tend to leave it inside those four walls. And what that does is it imprisons your knowledge. It imprisons your spirit that God has given you. You never take it out. So by you never taking it outside the four walls, it limits your time of being out there in the world saving souls and bringing souls in to gain the knowledge that you have. So we're really not being the disciples that we're called to be. Same concept around the round table in your home. When you're talking in the round table in your home, there's a conversation about racism. There's a conversation about something that you might not like, something that you may like. But the real dirty hardship conversations that you have inside your home that people just don't want to talk about outside the home. You're so scared to take out what you believe and what you say, because when you take it out there, it's uncomfortable. But when you're keeping it inside your four walls, it's extremely comfortable, because everybody's like-minded. So the elephant in the room is the one that we take outside your comfort zone. This is where America, people of all race, all gender, have a platform to say, you know what? I can understand you. I'm going to understand you. I'm going to give you a shot. That's what One Blood is doing. That's what One Blood does. It pushes a aim and a message of unity out that would give you a platform to say, you know what, man, I don't agree with that, but at the same time, just say, I don't understand that. So let me get you some understanding. Let me help you with this. Now, with saying that, One Blood has been moving for about 6 years now. It's been on a heavy mission to unite people back to the understanding we all are God's children, one human race. Has it been a tough ride? And yes, indeed. It's been a crucial ride, man. But it's been a blissful ride. We have been able to feed, I think now we're over 800 people that we have touched food-wise. I don't know how many we have clothed, homeless and needy. I don't know how many children I've mentored in that time frame. It's been quite a few. I have been blessed to move from the elementary all the way to the high schools in the mentoring and guiding kids in a different direction versus what we're teaching them to, what we've been teaching them. And, you know, pretty much uniting them with them so they can understand themselves and understand where they come from. Now, boom. Hopefully you understand what One Blood is. You don't, like I said, this is not a platform to tear anyone down. Your opinion is yours. It's not anyone else's. It's your opinion. God's grace and mercy, He allowed you to speak it. He gave you a voice. So now you have to go up and speak whatever is on your mind. Nothing wrong with it. Now with saying that, let's get into today's rhythm, man. What we went on today, but the statement I made today, I believe it caters right to what's going on today's time and what we're going through with racism, with the heartache, and what it really boils down to is hate and deception. I'm going to touch on some topics tonight that is really going to challenge you. It's going to really, really challenge you to open up your heart, to open up your mind. For those of you that say you with me and you really want to rock with One Blood and you really believe in what One Blood is doing in the message of unity, you really want to go forward in doing things that are positive. After tonight, I still want to hear that. I want to see if I hear the same message from your ears, because tonight I'm going to bring in what hate started from. You know, a question was asked to me a long time ago, how did racism start? So I'm going to answer that. And then the deception. So with those things that I'm going to give you tonight, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be something that could really possibly separate you from me. If you, it's not that you don't agree, you might not understand it completely. And it might separate you. But here's my request to you. Don't let it separate you from my train of thought. Let's sit down and talk about it and gain some understanding of how each other feels. That's the beauty, and that's the love, man. That's where we at in this life. That's where we're trying to get to, is to gain understanding of everyone. There's a possibility that we might be able to overcome each step by step, and we just give each other time to understand each other. So, the statement that I made today was actually a quote from Miss Pima. Miss Pima said, "Nothing ever goes away until it teaches us what we need to know." Man, that's a mouthful. That's a mouthful. Because what we're going through today, we never learned our lesson from it. The looting that's going after the protesting. And I'm hoping you're catching this. The looting after the protesting. Because the protesting actually started out very, very peacefully. From all walks of life. And then the looting, from my understanding, this is just my understanding. You can fact check me if you feel like it. If you're one of those people that does, you love to do all that kind of research stuff. That's great, man. I love your spirit when you want to know the truth, and that's nothing wrong with knowing the truth. So, from what I was hearing and watching the news on that night, particular Saturday night, we kept hearing the news anchors say, "Hey, everything was great, everything was peaceful," until we had certain police officers just try to throw in tear gas and disrupt and disperse the protests. I don't particularly know why they decided to disperse it, because here is my thing, and I'm gonna take you back in history here in just a minute, but I want you to walk with me on this one. You gave us time. You gave that young man time to kneel on the neck of George Floyd. You gave him time, and I think they recorded it was either 7 or 9 minutes. They recorded that the young man's knee was in his neck and suffocated him. You gave him time to kill him, but you wouldn't give a time for a peaceful protest. I really want you to think about that. We don't have time for a peaceful protest, but we have time to actually murder a man off a $20 check. Now, I don't know if it was a check or a counterfeit bill. I've heard both sides of the story, so I don't know both sides. Somebody fact check me on that. I don't know for sure if it was. I just heard both. But the price he paid for a $20 exchange was his life. And we, as a people, couldn't give a peaceful protest time to finish protesting. I find that quite amazing that we don't give time for Aubrey to finish running down the street, wherever he's going to go, or wherever he decided in his mind he was going to run. We didn't give him time to run, but we gave the men time before we charged them with murder. But we won't give peaceful protesters time to finish their protests peacefully. There's something wrong with that. And you're asking, man, where are you going, Coach Fred? Where are you going? Let me tell you where I'm going. Let me take you back in history just a little bit. Walk with me on this track right here. This is going to be a hot one, so you need to stay with it. Get your pencil and pad and write this down, because it's going to be something important that I need you to keep up with. Why and how hate started in this ring that we're in called America. Man, back before we're around Columbus time, we started telling false statements about America history. We started giving white supremacy history. In fact, Columbus never touched North America. It was South America. I need you to go back and really read your history, because when we go back and we start writing the laws of America, I want you to understand how low on a totem pole that a black man was. He was so low. I want you to go find this. Is the legal definition. You can go to you can find it in a legal app, and you can look up citizenship. Back in those days, citizenship considered a black man less than a dog. And you ask me, you say, well, how in the world did you even find it? How do you know this? Today, that statement still exists. Now that citizenship has been amended, 14 amendments come in. But the fact that we know that a black man is less than a dog, because the young lady, I don't really know her, I can't remember her name right off the head top right now, but she called the cops on this young man because he asked her to do the law. He asked her to follow the law about her dog. Well, you can't tell me what my dog should be doing. He has more rights than you. So now, I need to make sure that you never speak again about my dog, because he has more rights than you. Now let's go back to history again, and let me explain why that fact is in place. As we go up, we lied about Christopher Columbus. So deception is kicking in. The forefathers that you say wrote the laws, wrote that citizenship out. Meaning only European white folks. They didn't count the Jews. They did not count the Italians. Anybody that looked white, they didn't count unless they were European blooded. Now, when the European blooded came down here in the United States, they were actually prisoned. They opened the doors of prisons and they let them run free. That's how you got your first president. Washington. Prisoner. So, what am I asking? You say, well, Coach Ray, where are you going? What are you asking? One of the first things I'm asking you, one of the first things I really want you to take away tonight is go back and read your history. I need you to really define your history. If you really want to know where hate started, you really want to know where racism started, you really want to know why it's continuing, because when the laws were written back then, it was not identified for a black man. We were always looked at as less than dogs. Now, I'm not beating up on white people. Let me go ahead and make that very, very clear. Because you have white supremacy, you have white people. I have a very, very strong love for my white family, as well as my black family. Now, with saying that, I'm talking about history, and I'm going very deep. Now, when slavery kicked in, here's a punch in the head from my African family. Because I'm a man of unity. You got to understand this. Understand where I'm going with this. And understand where I'm from and what the message God gave me to give to you. I'm a man of unity. So if I got to tell the truth, I got to put the whole truth out there of what I know and what I've read. Now, going with the whole truth and what we know and what we read, it is amazing to me that my people, Africa, motherland, can't stand black folk in America. That's so hurtful to me, because one of the main things they say is you shouldn't have got caught, shouldn't have ever became slaves. All right, peep game. White America, European at that point in time, white supremacy, I want to refer to them to white supremacy, because all white people are not bad. Don't you ever, if you ever come out there with your mouth, all white people are not bad. Stop saying that. All cops are not bad, so please stop saying that. It is a specific group that is bad. And I'm going to get to that in a minute when I go back to the looting, because I'm bringing it back up to looting. Now, Africa actually sold off a lot of us that are here in America as slaves. In fact, one of the very first slaves was sold by Africa. I want you to, I pause because I want that to register in your head. Because all my black family, you keep continuing blaming the wrong person. And you don't want to take a forceful step into the right direction. Now, I'm not saying that all Africa is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if we're going to put the truth out there and we're going to be real about it, then let's put the truth out there and let's be real about it. So one person up saying we didn't have a choice to be slaves and should have never been slaves and should have never sold out or got captured or whatever. It's kind of hard to make a decision when you're sold out. And then it's kind of hard to even make another decision when the one that bought you treats you less than a dog. Feel me where I'm coming from right now? Because I'm finna bring you back up to speed. Now, we've gotten our laws written. We get to the 1600s now, and you wonder why we have these deaths, these unknown deaths. I want to take you to 1669. It was a law that was put in place, and it was called the Casual Killing Act, 1669. Let me tell you something. When I found this out right here, it blew my mind, because the act says the master can kill a black slave at any given moment as long as it's correction. That is amazing to me. Because Aubrey didn't stop when I told him to stop. So I had to shoot him. George Floyd would not stop moving. So I had to put my knee on him and kill him. Sandra Bland wouldn't sit down when I told her to. So I had to secretly kill her. I know people, especially my lawyers, they're like, wait a minute, man, wait a minute. I know all this stuff has been a minute. I get that. But that is in history. And I know some of you out there was like, well, man, we can't rely on the history to get her and better us today. Well, if you're a Christian, you read your Bible, and you call yourself a brother in Christ, sister in Christ, you know as well as I know, especially all you preachers out there, you know this for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. Christ came to fulfill the law. Okay? So that means what? We preach from Old Testaments and New Testaments. We fulfill the Old Testament with the scriptures of the New Testaments. How are we going to break racism? How are we going to break hate? I need you to catch up. I need you to stay with me. Here is one hot topic that no preacher talks about. There's no white preacher that talks about it. There's not even black preachers that talk about it. This conversation is not even had in homes. And it's very deep. And I want you to go and read it for yourself. Go to Revelation, I think it's Revelation 1 and 14. One of my members right now, if you don't mind, pull up Revelation 1 and I believe it's 1 and 14. Check that out really quick. Derek, D, whoever's on there, I think it is Revelation 1 and 14. I want you to, if you can, copy and paste that into the comments. Because what I'm about to tell you ties in with history of hate. History of deception. Why we're still here in this boat. Alright, remember we had the Killing Act. That's where I was at, 1669, the Killing Act. Okay, now we're putting Christianity, we're pumping it in, we're getting it in, we're coming down. We are seeing, and let me take it right back before then, before we called it, when they came down, Washington and all them came down, the Europeans, they came down, they learned from the Indians, they got a lot of education from the Indians on how to survive down here, how to make their food, how to grow their crops. We had a genocide of the Indians, and we called it Thanksgiving. So we telling our kids in the schools, say, hey, yo, all the pilgrims came in and they brought cornbread, collard greens, some corn, pork chop, beef, which is roast beef probably by that time. I don't know what they were cooking, man. And we had a big old meal. So in other words, you're telling me we prepped for the genocide. And we wondering why we still having this foolishness going on. So now we go back up to 1669, why we got the Killing Act in place. Now we take it back to a little bit of a religion, and we got to bring in Christ. So we say we're Christians, right? That's what we say, that's what we mark. That's what the religion that we believe in, that's the one we push out. That's the one we say we're with it, we got it, we rolling with Christ. Man, we got this on lock, man. We in overdrive. We're leaning on it. Revelation 1:14. I believe it is 1:14. Simply tells you The pictures that you have in your churches, on your walls, the pictures that you have in your homes, on your walls, it simply says his head and his hair was like white. It was white and like wool, white as snow. That's gray-haired or white-haired. You see it here. Voice was like a roaring of waves. I've always remembered, and I hear it so often, how black people are so loud and obnoxious. His feet were like brass coming out of a furnace. I don't understand how in his eyes, it says his eyes were like fiery. I believe that's what it says. So how can we go from fiery eyes, white hair, brass feet, color-wise, to blue eyes, white skin tone, blonde hair? Deception is kicked in now. This is a hard one for you to understand. I know it is. Because that's what we've been teaching our children for the longest. If you wonder why white supremacy is holding on so tightly and so strongly, because we put in orders to kill black men at an early age. We painted a picture of the Savior of the world, who I personally believe in, have a personal relationship. We painted him the white supremacist look. And we said it's okay. That's why I had to say that about Africa as well. Because black folks do it too. And if you want to get heavy and tired, and you really want to just keep blaming the wrong ones, I need you to go to that mirror. And I really need you to start reading the mirror to yourself. What is your mirror? Open up the book. Open up the word. Read the color skin of Christ. He's a man of color. His skin tone was anyway. The deception. If you want to change racism, if you want to change hate, then you got to unite with me, or unite with unity, meaning a people, together, and rewrite the correct history. You came in and you genocide a whole plethora of them. Just cut them out. We chopped them up, and we called it Thanksgiving. And then we put laws in to make sure that no one else can take away this truth, or that lie, rather. They put laws in so no one could take away that lie. So we got to kill them off. Let's bring it up to speed. We're looting because George Floyd, God rest his soul, man, and God bless his family. My heart has plenty of condolences for him, man. I send out much prayer, much love in that direction, and I really, that's painful, man. I tell you, it hurts like crazy. It's a rage that's unspoken. And then we're mad at the looters, right? Let me hit you to the game with the looters. You know, I think different than most. I think on unity. I'm an understanding person. My mindset goes a different direction. So when I see all the looters destroying the great businesses, there's a question that I ask myself. I hate it that the business was destroyed. But does that business price outweigh the life of George Floyd, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Emmett Till, Does that building outweigh that price of their lives? Here's the second thought that came to me that I had to ask myself. What am I looking at? I'm looking at a bunch of people actually sticking together in unity, destroying the city of Raleigh. But they did it in unity. Why? Because it was a diverse group. Now, you're asking, it's like, Coach Fred, you're tripping. You got something going on up there that just ain't clicking right there with me. That ain't clicking right there. That's not right, period. It's not right. And I despise looting, period. But what I understand of it is that they did it together. Now, I got to hit you with this, men. Because now it's our time, especially as Christians, especially as men, period. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care what religion you support. That doesn't bother me. You are a man. Let me take you here really quick, really hard. George Floyd, God rest his soul, cried out for his mama. Understand this. He cried out for his mama. Understand this. He cried out for his mama. Aubrey's mom took over after his death. Trayvon Martin, mom joined the Black Lives Matter. It was all moms. And I got nothing against the moms. I love them. I love my women. Period. I don't care what color you are. You're a woman. You are okay in my book. Praise God. I love you. All of you. Just beautiful. Here's the thing that I got with the men. You asked, what can we do to change? And I gave you 2 things to change it. We got to go back and rewrite history. The correct history. Take the deception out. Make sure that those careless act laws of killing folks, killing black folks is rewritten. So what is that saying? We got to go to Congress, baby. We got to get them out of there. We got to go to the White House and get them out. We got to go to the federal judges and remove them. That's one way. Second way. That's a tough one. This is going to be a hard one. You got to take them pictures down of that blue-eyed, blonde hair, white person in your churches. If you're going to preach the gospel, and you're going to carry out God's orders, you got to take down the deception and put the right one up if you want the right information to go out. Because you're lying to your children over and over again, and I have to be the one to explain to my child why he's not looked at the same as the white kid. Take the deception out. And black folks, you better do the same doggone thing. I'm sick of seeing the same crap in the same churches that I go to white churches and see. And then you want to holler back them white folk over there. No, them black folk over there. It's a unity thing. If you want to be tired of something, get tired of the lies. Get tired of the deception. Start gaining and putting yourself inside some truth. Learn to love it. Learn to cherish that part. And then when you get to the level to where you can understand it, you got to be graceful about it. Because it is a hardship to understand. It's a hardship to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. We have a gift that's inside of each and every one of us that is so unique. It's so beautiful. And it's just dynamic. And that thing is called love. So if we're going to put Christ out there, let's put the real love of Christ out there. And then I got to not finish it, but I got to add this in with our men. It's our time, fellas. All of us. If you're white, you're black, you're Hispanic, I don't care what you are. That young man cried out for his mama. The mama stepped up and took charge. You call yourself a Christian and you call yourself a Christ follower. I need you to understand this. Christ called out for his father. Every time he got in a situation, it's not even a situation. Every time he went into talking mode, communication mode with heaven, he called out his father. I want that to resonate in your mind, men. Because we got to hit the highways and the byways, the courtrooms, Congress, the White House. That mindset that those young men have of tearing up Raleigh, the world, even Paris, people in Turkey, man. Hey, look here, ain't no black folk in Turkey. Look here. Ain't no black folk in Turkey. That's how bad it is what I'm telling you. That's how bad it is. Turkey is standing up for us. They're standing up for the unity. United States, I need you to unify. One blood, moving in unity. Men, we got to step up. I've been doing this for 6 years almost. 6 years. Let's not talk about it anymore. Meet me in the streets. I had a lot of white friends call me, and I appreciate you. I'm serious, man. I appreciate you. Call me and check on me. Man, I just be thinking about you and what you're going through and what you're dealing with. But I always appreciate you. And you always tell me, man, if you ever need me, just give me a call. I'm telling you right now, I need you. I don't care what color you are. That doesn't bother me. You are a man. Christ called out for his Father. Christ, the one that's a color. I want you to share this video because the people need to know. I want these black preachers. It's your decision. I can't tell you what to do because God's the one to give you the message. He gave me this one, so you can't criticize me for this. Because I didn't say it. I didn't write it, in other words. I said it, but I didn't write it. I didn't write the scriptures. I'm just delivering the message. I need you to go back and read Revelations. I think it is I saw you pull it up, 1:14. Read the color of your Christ. Take the man, the deception one that's up there, take him down. Put the right one up there. Or don't put one up there at all. And just preach the word. God said, I don't need nothing else. You just read my word. My word is sufficient enough. I don't need nothing else. He don't need no explanation. He don't need nothing added into him. He said, my word is sufficient enough. It's like a two-edged sword to cut through anything. He don't need nothing else. Men, call me. Reach out to me. Let's get on the streets and let's teach these young men how to protest in a peaceful way. How to not shake. And how to not fall for the deception. Let's teach the right thing. Kill these bad laws. If you are really with me and you're white, this is what I'm projecting for you. And I'm asking you this. I know they got a thing out on Facebook. They're calling it blackout. I believe in it. I'm with it. I think it's on June 7th, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm with that. But I've been talking about it for quite a while, launching that campaign. I've said it over the last couple of shows. Go to YouTube, One Blood MOU. You can find all the rest of the shows. And I'm launching this one. You don't just do it for one time. That doesn't do anything. I hope you can see that now. Because Colin Kaepernick been doing it for a while. Very peaceful. And I hope you understand the kneeling and what the message behind it now. He wasn't disrespecting the flag. He was actually giving it props. Because I fought for him. My brother fought for him. My daddy fought for him. My other brother fought for him. My uncle. And my granddaddy did it for 30 years. Fought for that man to protest peacefully. But I need you to do it one day a week. Support all black businesses. For one day a week. Call it Black Friday. Whatever you want to call it. You name it yourself. But I'm going to call it Black Friday. One day a week. If you want to get the attention of a white supremacist, you take his money. I'm not talking about the white folks. I love my white folks. That's my white family. It's like my Mexican family. I eat Mexican food all the time. They call me Black Mexican from time to time. And neither here nor there, but I just wanted to tell you. I need you to support only black businesses, only black banks. One day a week. 1 day a week. 52 days out of a year. 1 day a week, 52 days out of a year. You support all black businesses. All of them. I need people, if you really joining me and you really want to rock with One Blood, I need you to start writing down your business. If you're a black-owned business, or you know all these black-owned businesses, I need you to write them down because we need to post them of where you can go eat, shop, whatever you may need on that day. I want to put it on online and post it and say, hey, today is Black Shopping Day. Whatever, Black Sponsor Day. It's called Men of Unity. I want you to really support for 1 day. And I know you're saying, well, Coach Fred, man, how does that, I mean, especially my white family. My white family is probably saying, well, Coach Fred, how does that help me in my business? I've been working hard. I haven't disrespected anyone. This is how it helps you out. If you cater to that by helping your brother that you call, and you're a Christ man, and you believe in what I just said by reading the word verbatim for what it says. I didn't call Jesus black. The Bible said Jesus was a man of color. I didn't say that. So if you believe in with me, and you're ready to really ride and rock with One Blood, and you support that 1 day a week, that we support nothing but black businesses. The other 6 days, I need my black family to support the white business. The other 6 days. Because if they sit over there and they support you for 1 day, that's all I'm asking. I mean, we only get 1 month out of a year anyway. So if we just add in 1 day, that's not taking a lot. Give me 1 day a week. 52 days out of the year. 1 day a week. Support nothing but black businesses. 6 other days, all those white businesses that supported you, I need you to write them down and remember them. And then when you're passing by, I need you to stop by and say, hey, you know what? I appreciate you. Let's keep the money going in the community. 1 day, every Friday, support nothing but black businesses. The other 6 days, all, not the white supremacy, but all the white ones. All the ones that are real, that are helping out. Especially the ones that are helping with One Blood. We're going to rock with you. Why? Because I'm a man of unity. And then I pray that we be the Bible that the white supremacy read. Because I can't leave them out either. You know why? Because I cannot dictate who God loves. Christ said, I come to save all. He didn't come to say, I just want to save you white folk. I just want to save them black folk, the Mexicans over there. No, he didn't say nothing like that. He never did. It's not written anywhere. Read the Bible. He said, I come to save all. All. And if you want to know where One Blood actually originated from, go to Acts 17:26. Read that scripture as well. Read that scripture. Acts 17, somebody, if you're in there, put that scripture online for me, please. Acts 17:26. Post that, cut and paste it if you can. Acts 17:26. All right, I gave you 3 things. 3 things. 3 things. If you're really ready to run this race, there's no more talking. I'll be protesting, I'll be marching with a group, a peaceful group, Saturday and Sunday. I will post it. I will keep you updated. And then I'm going to do my own march with One Blood. One Blood will be doing a march very, very soon. What that march will consist of is nothing but men. I don't care what color you are. I want nothing but real men. If I got to march by myself, you know I will. Nothing puts fear in my heart. I promise you that. I'll march down the middle of the street right by myself. I put my color guard on. I put my my orange and yellow vest on. I want somebody to see me. I won't get hit by no car. Praise God. Amen. 3 things. Go back in history and read it, my white family. Listen. We've been trying to do everything silent for many, many years. Many, many years. Martin Luther King did a wonderful nonviolent, and they killed him. They took him out. Colin Kaepernick one of the most biggest ones for me in my time. And we killed his career. Took him out. Took him off the shop. Said you can't come back no more. You're not working. You're SOB. You ain't welcome here no more. We cannot promote violence. We don't want to kill the ones that are rallying around the White House. We didn't want to kill the ones who actually tore up the governor's gate in Raleigh. But we want to kill the diverse group. The diverse group. I'm hoping you're catching this. We didn't want to kill the non-diverse group that was for COVID-19. We didn't want to kill them. But for some odd reason, we wanted to kill the diverse group. For Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd. We want to kill them. I need you to get this concept. We got to go back to history. We got to chop it off at the root. So what does that mean? We got to get rid of the lies, that white supremacy. Your forefathers wrote these laws. We got to go back and rewrite them. That means what? We got to go back to Congress. We got to take out, second thing, we got to take out the blue-eyed, the blonde hair, the white-skinned brother in the picture. I don't know who he is. Out of the churches. If you ain't strong enough yet to put a man of color up there with white hair, fiery eyes, with brown, brass type skin, if you ain't got that far yet in your mind, then don't put nothing up at all. Just preach the word until you get enough courage. Work it out. Let that malice come out your heart. Work it out. It'll come. It'll come. So if you really run what you want, excuse me, you're really ready to run with one blood. Those of you that said you're really ready to help me, and I really need you. I need you in this race like no other time before. The marches, the movies that's in my head to write, the scripts, they're already written out. There's a lot of scripts that's already written for short films that I have in place to teach us and to guide us through a good direction of love, understanding, and forgiveness. I need you to call me, reach out through me messenger. My number is all over Facebook. You can reach me. My email is up there. You can reach me. Call me, talk to me. Let's get some understanding. Don't cut me out because you feel a certain way. Reach out to me. Let's sit down and let's talk about it. We can make some real powerful moves if we do this thing together. And I'm talking about all black, white. I'm talking about it all. And we're prayerfully change the mindset of white supremacy. That's a hard one. And I know some of you are against me on that one, and I feel you. I understand that. But Christ said, I come to save all. And then he said at the end, before he blew his spit out, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I got to forgive them too, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, family. I got to forgive them too. Let me go through some of the comments, man. I really appreciate you. Seriously, sincerely, I really appreciate you. Tuning in to the One Blood Movement and Unity show, the Eye Opener Tuesday. Normally it is on YouTube, so go to YouTube, One Blood MOU, and you will catch a lot of the shows, the previous shows that I have done. I am looking for more people to interview, especially white and black relationships. That's a big one. I did my brother and his wife, the Puerto Rican and the black man. You know I love you. But I did them, and I need some more. I need help with One Blood, period. I need somebody to run social media. Good God, man. It's all volunteer right now. One Blood is actually incorporated. I meant to launch that, but we're actually incorporated now. So One Blood is a real business now. It's not nothing that just appears on your Facebook posts. It's a real business. It's incorporated. But I really appreciate you. I want to go over the 3 things again before I start reading these comments. I want to go over these 3 things again. Deception. Rewrite your laws. Rewrite your laws. Rewrite your laws. Those were false laws. There was a genocide and they called it Thanksgiving. What is it? What did I call it? The Casual Killing Act, 1669. Gave white supremacy full authority to kill a black man for correction. We got to rewrite that. We got to get all that stuff is done with, but that mindset is still in the atmosphere. That mindset is still in the atmosphere. It's still going out. So we got to go deep. Those of you that really said you want to help me, you ready to rock, I need you to get in contact with me, because we got to go to Congress. We got to go not to fight. We got to go for understanding and redirect and reset all those laws. Second thing, you got to take that blue-eyed, white, blonde-haired fella out your churches. You so disrespecting the word. God said, I don't need nobody correcting my word. He don't need nobody correcting his word. He don't need nobody rewriting his word. That's been wrote many, many long time ago. You don't need nobody doing that. Take that blue-eyed fella out your churches. Black folk too. Take them out. You can't put the right one up. To me, that means when you walk out of that church, you believing in the wrong thing. You're not believing in the word. Go to your mirror. There's two mirrors that I always talk about. Spiritual mirror, the physical mirror. That's my two mirrors. Thirdly, my brothers, my men. You want to join my group? Look me up, Men of Unity. It's a Facebook men's group, men only. Sorry, babies, women. You know I love you. I really do. You know I love you. But you can't be in this group here. Men have to take charge. We have to get a different steam. We got to go show the identity of what our young people are supposed to look like and act like. If you want these young men to pull their pants up, then I need you old fellas to pull your pants up and walk the streets with your pants up, so they'll know how to look when they walk outside as well. You understand what I'm telling you? Men, this is the men now. And I need you to get ready for this march.